Yo, Basic Skills Clinics, back with another video. Y'all know what it is. It's hot right now. It's hot, hot, man. I keep telling y'all, man, summers in NorCal is late. We be having these late summers, man. It be scorching hot. On my way to my workout, man. But had to hit y'all up with another video. If this AC is loud, oh well, it's too hot. But I'm gonna get right into it, man. Yesterday I talked about finding the right situation and making sure that you're investing in AAU rather than wasting money. Today I'm going to talk about how you choose to conduct yourself, not just in AAU but just overall. You know what I'm saying? How do you choose to conduct yourself? And this is more so for the high school kids because time is ticking. Poor academics leads to poor results. Poor work ethic leads to poor results. Poor character leads to poor results. Poor decisions leads to poor results. So I'm saying that to say that, for some of you kids, I really hope that you guys are enjoying this process of high school and playing high school ball and playing AAU ball because, and it's, there's no knock towards anyone, but some people, their best days are going to be just playing high school ball or playing, travel AAU basketball. Like, the work ethic that I see from some of these kids are not college worthy. And believe it or not, that's okay. It's okay. But what's not okay is when you have these situations where you're not putting your best foot forward in high school. You're missing practices, you're missing games, showing up late, not taking care of business in the classroom, those type of deals, right? What bothers me is kids that do these things and then still walk around like they're just above everyone, like they can big time anyone, like, you know what I'm saying? They can treat people how they want to treat people, and that's kind of what I have a problem with. Because even as a pro or a Division I player, the good ones are always looking to get better. The good ones know that there's always room for improvement somewhere. So when you see some of these high school kids, and most of it starts at home with the parents, believe it or not, but when you see some of these high school kids that have this big time type of approach, it just bothers me. You know what I'm saying? Because I come from a background of hard work. I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one. There's a lot of others out there that also come from a background of hard work. And when you come from a background of hard work, man, you know that you have to really work and grind for everything, and you got to be appreciative of everything. And then when you see some of these kids, how they act, I don't care if they're shoe deal, non-shoe deal, high school, JV, freshman, like, you see how they choose to treat people and how they walk around, nose in the air like they're the best thing since sliced bread. It just bothers me. You know what I'm saying? Because it just allows me to think like, man, like who's giving them information? Like, who's mentoring them? Are there anyone mentoring them? Most likely not. Or if there is somebody mentoring them, they're probably getting the wrong information. So the message of this video is make sure that you're humble. Because even if you're the best player, quote unquote, so they say, because I don't know how you would determine that, especially in high school. But even if you are amongst the top players, like, keep that hungry mindset that you still got to continue to get better even when you get to the D1 level. And even when you're at the D1 level, you got to continue to get better. Because there's always going to be recruits coming in. And then even then, you're trying to make it to the next level, which is pro. So there always should be a level of humbleness to everything that you do, because there's still room to grow. And if the LeBron Jameses, the Stephen Currys, and the Kevin Durant's, and all these guys, Giannis, the best players in the NBA, if they're still humble enough to know that they still got to work on certain things to improve their game, then you, the high school player that attends such and such high school, should also have the same approach, if not better, because you're still trying to get to the top. You're at the bottom of the chain. So I'm just getting this out there to tell the kids and their parents that there's always room for growth. But you can't grow if you think you know it all. You can't grow if you don't listen. You know, the number one thing with player development is listening. Without the ability to listen, there's no development. I don't care how many reps you're putting up. Because at the end of the day, somebody's going to have to critique you about something or correct you about something or give you insight about something. And if you choose not to listen because it doesn't fall in line with what you want to hear, you're never going to grow. You're never going to develop. You're never going to become a better player. I don't care if you shoot 1,000 shots a day. If you don't have the ability to listen and observe and be open-minded, you're not going to develop as a basketball player. You're not even going to develop as a person. So, message to everyone, be humble. Be humble because there's still levels to go. There's still lots of levels. Even if you're the best player at your high school, that don't mean you're the best player in the city. Even if you're the best player in the city, don't mean you're the best player in the county. Even if you're the best player in the county, don't mean you're the best player in the state. If you're the best player in the state, don't mean you're the best player in the country. If you're the best player in the country, don't mean you're the best player in the world. There's always levels. Even as the best player of the world, that may not make you the best player of all time. You should always be chasing greatness. And you can't chase greatness if you're not humble. Like, people get humble twisted. Like, people think Mayweather's not humble, right? People think Mayweather's not humble or Jordan is not humble. They're very humble. You know why? They're very humble. They're actually more humble than most. You know why? Because despite all the stuff that they talk about and all the stuff they do, you know what? They're going to work on their craft, and they're going to work on it harder than most people. So if they wasn't humble, they would feel the need to not work on their craft. But because they work on their craft at an elite level, you have to call them humble. Does that make sense? So not only do you got to work on your craft, but you got to be willing to listen. Believe it or not, Mayweather listened to somebody. Jordan listened to somebody. Kobe listened to somebody. These are like examples of people that a lot of people would call arrogant or cocky, but they listened to somebody. Believe it or not. So if those people in their respective crafts are able to listen to somebody, then you should do the same. Be humble. Always know that there's room for improvement. There's room for growth. And throughout that process, you should always be chasing greatness. There's always somebody that may be looked at as better than you. And because of that thought, you should always be humble. So that's my video today. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. We out.